Hello everybody and welcome back to What is a Sleeping Schedule? It is 1:18 in the morning, could be 8 p.m. and I wouldn't know the difference. Today I'm going to be answering some questions directly from you about Chico State. If you're new here, my name is Marnie. I'm a Chico State 5th year, which now is kind of weird because I'm a Chico State online student, but I've been getting a lot of questions in my comment sections on my other Chico State videos, which go check those out if you haven't yet. I've got ones on parties, ones on freshmen, advice I wish I'd been given, all that good stuff. I got one particular comment earlier this week from Myron Smith. He had a lot of questions about Chico that I haven't really talked about before, so I thought it'd be good to go ahead and address those questions and then add in some other things that I've thought about all this free time. Chico State is known for two main things, and that's being a party school, because we were dubbed #1 party school in the nation in 1987 by Playboy magazine, and being the Harvard of the West, because Forbes put us in their top 500 best schools like last year or something like that. And these two seem very counterintuitive: top party school, Harvard of the West, and somehow it totally works. I would say that Chico is definitely a party school. I partied especially my freshman and sophomore year. It was something that I was really excited to do because I didn't really get out much in high school, so college was the first opportunity that I really had to do that. But Chico's also a really good place to get a solid education and actually get a job after college, and just a wonderful place in general to have your college experience and get your degree. The first question was, what is your favorite thing about Chico? My favorite thing about Chico is that it's a college town and that most of the population around is the same age as me. I think that's an experience you don't really get if you go to a school in a big metropolitan area. It's really cool. Most people that you see and meet are in that same 18 to like 24 age bracket. It's a college town and it's also a smaller town. So, because I grew up in the Bay Area, which in comparison is huge, and you can't just walk to your friend's house, walk to campus, walk to the bars, really walk much of anywhere. And Chico really allows for that, and I think that that's something that you only really get to experience in college, so I like that a lot about Chico. The next question is, what is your favorite thing about Chico State? And the cheesy answer is the people that I've met here, because I met my boyfriend. I've met so many wonderful people since college started. It is really where I grew into myself and became the person I am today. That's so cheesy, but it's true. The helpful answer is, I love that you can have the full college experience, from getting a really good education, because we do have some of the best programs in the state, but also having crazy parties, and also having a really good bar scene, and also having nature really close by for biking and hiking. I feel like you can get everything out of Chico, so long as you do everything in moderation. Okay, the next question is, what is campus life like in your honest opinion? I lived on campus my freshman year. I lived in Lassen Hall. It's where I met all of my best friends. It's where I met my boyfriend. If I were to be honest, I think the dorms make becoming a social person really easy, because you're surrounded by your peers, and if somebody's going out or going to lunch, they'll let you know. You just kind of have built-in social time, and I loved that. It is weird just getting thrown into a bedroom with a roommate you don't know and maybe don't like or don't know how to talk to. That, I would say, is the thing that sucks the most about living in the dorms. That and RAs can be kind of shifty. As far as campus, just during the day, like not in the dorms, it's very chill. Everybody's really nice. If it's nice out, people will be out on the grass in front of, what's that building called? Kendall? Yeah, on the grass in front of Kendall Hall, and they'll be like playing hacky sack and like frisbee. People will bring their dogs on campus. People in the library are always super respectful of other people's space. I only ever really go during finals week, but I've never had a problem people being loud on the silent floor or anything like that. So I love campus. It's beautiful, especially in the fall and then the spring. It is just like, you want to go walk around campus. It's unreal how pretty it is. Another question I got is, how are the staff overall? And I believe he's referring to the professors and the faculty at the university. I found them to be overwhelmingly nice and super helpful, and they really want you to figure out whatever's going on in your class and move forward in your degree because it looks good on them if you do well in their class and if you go on to graduate in that program. I also would say I'm in a program that really values mental and physical health. Almost all the faculty in nutrition, my program, are female, and almost all the students in my program are female. So it's a very different vibe compared to my boyfriend does concrete industry management, and they do not care about your feelings over there. He's in the College of Engineering, and they don't really take excuses the same way that the nutrition program does. The nutrition program, if you tell them, you know, I'm really struggling with my mental health, they're like, oh my god, like, let me get you help, like, let's talk about this. Is there anything I can do? So I think it really depends on the major you're in. The crabbiest teachers I've had are the ones that teach those big 250 person lectures, which you only have a couple of depending on your major, and it's usually like Math 101 or statistics is taught like that, and classes like political science, those early biology classes, chemistry was taught like that. So usually they're annoyed because it's someone going, hey, I haven't been to class all year, can you give me an A? Just remember that the professors are people too, and sometimes they're in bad moods, and usually you can tell who's gonna be cool and who isn't. And it doesn't hurt to kind of suck up to your teachers, because then later on in the semester, if you're not doing so well, they'll be a little bit nicer to you. As far as RAs and like the dorm staff, that changes every year. My year, we had on our floor 2 RAs, one for the guys and one for the girls, and we had a super strict girl RA and a super lenient guy RA. We befriended the guy RA, so if she tried to get us in trouble, we would be like, he said we didn't do anything wrong. So, and the same was true for the second floor as well. I lived up on the 3rd floor. So if you can, try to kind of figure out who are the cool RAs, which ones are way too strict for no reason, and try and get on the cool RA's good side. That way they can kind of bail you out of some of the situations. I mean, they're not going to bail you out of anything too crazy, but you won't get like a noise write-up, which is what we were always getting in trouble for. The next question is, are there any cons that incoming freshmen should know about Chico State? I think that Chico State, to a lot of people, can be a bit of a culture shock. Most people that come here, at least that I know, are from bigger cities, like the Bay Area is a big metropolitan area. Southern California has a lot of big metropolitan areas, and they get up to Chico and it's in the middle of nowhere, basically. The closest airport's 90 miles away, like an hour and a half drive. It's farms all on the outskirts of town, and you're kind of in like this weird country area. And if you're from a big city, coming to a small town can feel kind of weird, but once you're actually in Chico, it's not as farm as the rest of the surrounding area. It is really its own whole city. Like I said earlier, it's a college town, so it's just full of other young people also trying to party and get their degree and all of the other cool things that you can do in your late teens and early 20s before you have to go on and pay real bills and be sad. The other thing that I think is a con as a freshman, but this is anywhere you go, is just like you're figuring out a new city, a new way of learning, because you're going from high school to college, which is a pretty big transition for most people. New friends, a new housing situation, parties, girls or guys. It is pretty overwhelming right when you move in. It takes some time, you get used to it, you get homesick. Probably for me, it was like right around Halloween. I was like, I could move home right now, I wouldn't mind. It's something you adapt to. Once you're there, you get into the groove with your classes. Everything will all kind of fall into place. But that first month is very, oh my god, what is happening? Our next question is about music in Chico. And I'm assuming you mean at parties, because it really depends whose parties you go to. If you go to frat parties, 9 times out of 10, maybe even like 9.9 times out of 10, you're listening to EDM, rave music. It's loud. Even if there's not that many people at the party for it to need to be that loud, and they have the lights and it's all very like epileptic, which if you like that, all good. I do not. Sometimes there's parties put on by like local DJs, or specific houses are known for throwing parties. They will play hip hop, rap, dance music. So there's definitely a clear split, but people love like a to the window, to the wall. Like I consider that party music. The boom, 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 boom. I'm not partying to that. I want to sing along with all my friends and I'm all sweaty because I'm dancing. That's what I consider party music. I also had a question about the men's volleyball team. I should probably just touch on sports in general. We do have Division II men's baseball, basketball, cross country, golf, soccer, track and field, and Division II women's basketball, cross country, golf, soccer, softball, track and field, and volleyball. We do have a men's volleyball team, but it's club. But the club teams, I found them pretty shockingly competitive. Like, they're really on it. I'll link below all of the like affiliated and the club sports. So yes, we do have a men's volleyball team, but it's club, so they don't do like scholarships or anything like that for them. I know a lot of you are getting your college acceptance letters right now, which congratulations if you got into Chico and you have any questions for me, or if you already know that you're coming here, let me know in the comments down below. That is so exciting. I am living vicariously through you because I'm coming to an end here, and it really has been a good time. My Chico college experience is something like I'm telling my grandkids about. I have so many stories and just good memories here, and I think that's a lot to do with the fact that I forced myself out of my comfort zone really early on to go become a new person. It's like, out with the old Marnie. We want the new girl. Yeah, I hope you found that video helpful. Please let me know if you have any other questions, comments, concerns. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you were all staying safe and happy, and I will see you later on this week. Bye!